Insecurities. They're something we all have to deal with, but something we shouldn't be afraid of. In today's video, I want to talk about insecurities. I want to talk about how to deal with them and just have a chat about them in general and how they might have affected my life and can affect yours. But first of all, hello! Welcome back to your favourite mental health advice / awareness and travel channel. I hope everyone's doing absolutely splendid today. Make sure you like and subscribe. And leave a comment as well, because it helps push the video out to more people and my ego can get boosted even more. So, cheers. So living abroad has really tested my insecurities. I've been battling with them since I've arrived here, to be honest, and I'm sure anyone who's going through a similar experience to what I am feels exactly the same way. And as I've been open about on this channel and on my Instagram, which you should follow if you don't already, I had a bad month throughout March, and my insecurities were really holding me back from enjoying myself. I wasn't enjoying surfing as much, I wasn't enjoying skating as much, I stopped making these videos, all these things that I've been doing the whole time that have really brought me joy and happiness. I stopped doing them because of my insecurities. And I think this is something we can all relate to, where our insecurities stop us from living our best life. And it's frustrating, it is so frustrating that we know we could be having an amazing time, but something that we have created inside of our own heads is stopping us from doing so. It's really annoying. Because the truth is, we do create our own insecurities. Maybe we had a negative experience that pushed us to feel this way, but the reality is we created them. I had a few bad experiences that made me, or pushed me, to doubt myself and doubt who I am as a person, but ultimately I created this thought inside of my head. And that's not to say they're not valid, because the reality is we create all of our thoughts and all of our emotions through our perceptions of what's going on in the world, but it's just important to know that we have created them, and that is something that is really hard to come to terms with, because often our insecurities derive from social factors of what other people think about us. The reality is, as I've said almost 4 or 5 times now, we have created them. But to be honest, I don't think insecurities are something to be afraid of. They're completely normal, completely natural, and it's completely okay to have them. I think we all do. If you didn't, I'd be a bit confused, to be perfectly honest. And in my experience, one of the best ways with dealing with insecurities is being open about them. And trust me, I know it's not easy. I recently posted on my Instagram about how I've been battling with my insecurities, about how I get worried that people don't like me. And this was really tough to post because I thought maybe these friends that I have here are going to see this and be annoyed and think that I'm calling them a bad friend or something, which obviously is not the case. My insecurities are in my head. It doesn't always reflect the environment I'm surrounded by. But it was still something that was going through my head when I was deciding whether to post this or not. But honestly, off the back of posting that video, there has been nothing but amazing support from my incredible friends that I have here and at home. And I think it's because everyone gets it. Everyone understands that we all have insecurities. It's completely normal to feel lonely. Even if I am surrounded by really cool people here, I'm not in my home country. I don't have my family and I don't have my closest friends here. There's nothing wrong with feeling lonely even if you're surrounded by people. There's nothing wrong with feeling insecure about your weight, even if there's people that are bigger or smaller than you. And there's nothing wrong with disliking or being insecure about certain aspects of yourself or your personality just because others don't feel like it's justified. Our problems are all relative. Our perception of the world and ourselves is completely unique to how someone else might perceive it. And we live in our own worlds as well. It's not like my insecurities are going to be the same as someone who's living in a very poor place or a very rich place. We all have different problems depending on our environment, our perception, our thoughts, our emotions. There's so many factors. So if you are speaking to someone and they try to discourage your insecurity in a negative way, then maybe you should consider that they are not perceiving it in the correct way. And you can discourage insecurities in a positive way. You can try and help someone change their perception by letting them know how you feel, but it's not always that easy. If someone says they don't like the way they look, it's not as easy as saying, oh, but I think you look good. It's a little bit more complicated than that, just a little bit. And often when we talk about our own insecurities, we're forced to reflect upon our thinking. because to say something, you have to understand it to a point in which you can put it in words. And this is why counselling works so well, because you have to reflect, you have to process everything that's happening. I realised that I wasn't really taking any steps to not feel lonely. I wasn't talking to my friends at home, I wasn't calling people or FaceTiming people. I was isolating myself even more because I felt lonely. Insecurities, and in fact almost all of our negative emotions, make us act in a way that actually makes us feel worse. When we're anxious, we avoid the situation and we continue ruminating. When we're feeling lonely, we isolate ourselves. It's difficult to get out of the cycle. So I would say, if you are struggling with your insecurities, talk to someone and then really reflect and ask yourself, are you doing everything you can to make yourself feel better? And I know it's not easy and it doesn't happen in one day. I'm still struggling with these thoughts, but I'm trying to be active and take every opportunity as I can, because I don't want to waste my time here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you want to see next. If anyone needs any support, feel free to message me at any point, because I will always talk to people, because I like to help, you know. Make sure you like, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you very soon.